Rolling.
My name is Mark Lepettis, and I'm the semiconductor editor of VID00020. And we're here on day 2 at Semicon West, trade show in San Francisco. And I'm out on the show floor here today, and I'm at the booth at VID00020 Technology. They're a semiconductor equipment maker in Scotts Valley. To my right is Jerry Cutini. He's the chairman and chief executive of VID00020. And Jerry, we were talking earlier about some of the forecasts seem to be very doom and gloom this year. Can you give us a reading as to what you see this year and maybe 2009?
Sure, Mark. Thanks for coming over. I think we see some very different buying patterns in the industry right now. I think the memory sector is finally turning off capital spending, and I think it will continue to slow down for the remainder of the year. I think the NAND flash guys have enough capacity in place, so I think it's going to be a challenging spending environment for them. And the foundries have what appears to be enough capacity to fulfill their demand. So I think my view is that we're probably going to have a rolling bottom. I think we're going to be at this point for a couple of quarters, and 2009 will be dependent on some macroeconomic factors as well as the economic factors directly related within our industry as it relates to supply and demand in both the NAND flash and DRAM sectors.
Very interesting. Now, VID00020 is a very interesting company given that you're participating in some rather interesting and emerging markets. One of those is MEMS. MEMS. We've been talking about MEMS for many years. Where are we at in the MEMS cycle? Where are the applications?
Well, I think the MEMS area is very interesting. All of us that have been in it for a while have heard about MEMS, and we all wondered when volume applications would come up to really drive serious production quantity demand. And I think as you look out, you look at camera phones, you look at cell phones, and you look at automobiles, you see segments that are really driving high volume mass production demand of true MEMS devices. And this is what we talked about 10 years ago and 15 years ago. And where VID00020's driving the benefit of that is we have production scale systems in areas of etch and deposition technology that really enables high volume production of MEMS devices. So what we see right now is all of the handheld, all of the consumer demand out there, everything has a MEMS device, whether it's a microphone, whether it's a CMOS image sensor, or whether it's an accelerometer to turn your iPod so that it knows what position it's in. We're seeing true volume demand for devices, and I think that's what is VID00020's getting the benefit of that right now. And I also think we deliver that benefit to our customers because we have production-capable machines in mass production in fabs around the world. So I think the MEMS revolution from a semiconductor equipment standpoint is here today. I think we see it, and we're seeing it every day as we deliver high-volume unit production etch and deposition systems.
Okay. Last but not least, another market that we're hearing about this week is 3D, especially through-hole silicon via. Another area we've been talking about for a long time. What are some of the challenges that you see trying to get that in production?
Well, I think through silicon via is a very interesting technology right now, and I would say I'd categorize it by saying we're in the proliferation of the R&D phase, where you finally have enough technologies combined that you can give the users the ability to test what they need to test for device production. We now see high volume capabilities of deep silicon etch, and we're one provider of that. But how does the deposition work? How does the metallization work? I think those are the areas. I think we're in the phase where they figured out how to do some of the mechanical aspects of the technology. Now, what happens from an electrical performance standpoint? So we're seeing a lot of the engineering efforts, and we're seeing it. We're active at foundries, at IDMs, at memory houses. So I think we're in the R&D development phase and proliferation phase. I think you're going to see a lot of activity, and the question everyone wants to know is the electrical or footprint performance improvement enough to justify a change in the cost structure from wire bonding into through silicon via? And believe me, wire bonding won't go away. I think it's a question of what devices have to be in a form factor that is different than what wire bonding will allow. And what are the end electrical characteristics of those devices. Once people start figuring that out, you'll then see proliferation on a mass scale in other handheld devices. So it's going down the path of more than more. I think people want more functionality, better electrical performance, and better scale than just making my node a little bit smaller and shrinking. So I think we're in the R&D phase, and I think it's a big proliferation phase that is happening right now. And I think in a couple of years you're going to see high volume production. And I think you'll see it at the IDM level, at the foundry level, and certainly at the memory level. So it's an interesting time for that.
Very good. Sherry, thank you very much for your time. Have a good week. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.